So I went with college kind of talk or something.
Yep.
Anyways, so we started off our senior year. We were in this program called AVID that basically was like centered around you getting into a university or a college. So like
basically helping you prepare for college.
Like we did our applications in class. We did like scholarships and all that. And I still managed to F up. So let me start off with how I F'd up. For anyone familiar with the UC application, it's like one application, then it's sent off to all the UCs. And then there's the A through Gs, which are classes you have to take. And so when I was filling mine out, my stupid ass, I put one of my classes twice. So it was United States History twice. Meaning that one of my classes weren't on there from the A through Gs. So I was immediately disqualified. So I got my rejections like all at the same time. So that was fun. Like I got my first one. It was from I think UCSB. And I was like, oh, it's UCSB. And I opened it, rejection. Then I got UC Davis, rejection. They were just rejecting me over and over again. And that was fun. Because I didn't understand why until I have like, when you do a UC application, if you're like in the top 9%, you automatically get accepted to a UC. And I was on that even though I didn't have the class. And so when I emailed them to find out if I was accepted to that, the UC Merced told me that I couldn't go because one of my classes weren't on there. And I was like, pretty sure I did all my classes. I made sure to do all my classes. And it turns out I effed up. And I didn't put it in there. And I regret it and I had to appeal. And my friend here, talk about your decision with Irvine.
So, junior year, we had like this, I don't know what to call it. It's like an event where mostly all the colleges came to speak on their behalf. And once I heard about UC Irvine, I was like hard stuck on, yes, I'm going to Irvine. That's my dream school, that's it. Because my dream school was, before Irvine, my school that I wanted to go to was Channel Islands. But once I heard about Irvine, I'm like, this is my school now. So when it came for applications, my parents did not want me to apply to any other schools besides Channel Islands because I had to pay for my applications, and it would charge me for each college or university I send my application to. So that wasn't fun.
The only kind of, because you know the SAT, they offer you like 4 waivers, but that's only for UCs, that's what they don't tell you.
Yeah.
CSUs, you gotta pay all the money if you don't qualify for the waiver.
Yep.
Which we did not.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this one paid for all of it too. For your UCs, right?
I paid for one being UCSB, and then I had to pay for all the CSUs, which I only applied to 2. Because I was so hard set on going to a UC, which I eventually got my acceptances through appeal, which was very excited, until I saw the financial packet, which put me to tears. And since they were all far away, I had to dorm, which just added on to that. So I decided to stay local. Oof. Like, it was sad, because I was happy to get the acceptances, but like, no. I couldn't afford that unless I wanted to be like knees deep in debt, which I'm still getting into debt, but slower. Like 2,000 stacked on slower, not 26,000 stacked on even more.
It's the same thing for me. So since I didn't want to pay for the UC applications, and I could have used the waiver, and I did end up using one waiver, but that was it. My parents didn't let me do, even if it was waived, my parents didn't let me apply for the other UCs. So I was just like, fine, I'll just do Irvine. Irvine's the only one I want to get into, and the one I want to go to.
And she did get accepted.
So I got accepted, and I was like, oh my god, this is my dream school, I'm going to my dream school, blah, blah, blah. And then I looked at the financial aid package, or
Oof. Telling you.
Let me just say that the system is kind of unfair, and I understand. But at the same time, I don't. Because it's like... How do I word this?
Well, it's not...
It's not my income, if that makes sense.
I still understand people that... Because I went through a low-income family, too. My father worked in the fields. My mom worked in a packing factory. And, like, then my dad moved into construction. And we started to get more money. And to the FAFSA, that meant, we could use that money to pay for the whole tuition and problem solve for me. No, we still had medical bills. My brother was going to college and stuff. So I couldn't use that money because I had to take out a loan. And I was like, well, for the school for Channel Islands, I had to pay $3,000. And for, let's say, Irvine, I had to pay like $26,000.
I had to pay $30,000.
Yeah. Hey, and no, and yeah. So
overall, it's kind of unfair because it's like my dreams were kind of crushed just because of that, and I didn't get any FAFSA or help besides the middle class scholarship, which isn't much, but it better than nothing.
I mean, I can't outright complain because I'm still at a stable place. Like at least we have a roof over our heads, and we both take the bus to our school, so it's like we save on gas. But like someone still has to take us to the bus, so we still save on gas because it's still closer. And relatively, my decision making for hers was most difficult. She was willing to go into debt. I wasn't.
I was just because I felt like it was normal. Like every student is going to go into debt, and they might be in the same situation as I am, but at least they get to go to their dream school because it's like later on you might just regret it, and I do, but I don't. I don't know. It's in between.
I didn't want to because when you get a degree, the one thing that I'll tell you about, and mostly this is being known, is that degree doesn't guarantee you a job. And if let's say you have like $100,000 in debt and the like stock market crashes or jobs like decrease, where are you gonna go? They're still gonna call you for that loan. They don't care if you're struggling, you live in your car, your parents lost their jobs. No, they want that money, and they want it like now. Like long periods, like let's say like $100 a month for like a period of years. It's like that'll take you forever to pay it off. And I know that first experience because my aunt is like 48 years old and she's still paying it off. And I'm like, oof. Like I'm planning on being a PA, and like PAs make a decent amount of money, but I'm not guaranteed a job. Like I don't know if some point along the way I'm gonna be unable to finish my degree, and that loan's still gonna be there, still there. And
it's the same for me, except I plan to be a nurse practitioner, and that's gonna take a lot of schooling.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, wait until like your master's to get the debt, because I'm gaining on debt. She still hasn't had debt, but I have debt
Not
already.
yet.
I'll
get there soon.
I'm already in debt, so I just want to do like a slow ride until I get to my master's, and then it's like poof, debt.
Okay. How about transitions?
Oh, transition. Anyways,
our transition from high school to college was a little difficult. For our first semester, we had the same schedule. I mean, we still do, but
we're stuck with each other.
Yeah, because for the program, it's the same like prerequisite classes that you need to take before getting into the program. But yeah, first semester was hard. Considering that we took a 200 class as a freshman, which was supposed to be considered as a 300.
Yeah, like it was in the barrier between 200 and 300. Also, one thing we stressed, because we didn't know that the numbers made a difference when we were signing up for class. They make a difference. If there's a 300 in front of that class, it's like 300 level. If 100, it's like, maybe level.
Like 300 is probably like, is it like junior?
Yeah,
level?
Junior level. And 400, oof.
That's like
We have a $4.99 next semester. Well, next year.
next year.
Next year is pass it off. And they stack on. Like, that class was difficult. Still have nightmares.
What made it worse was, yeah, we did take that 200 class, but you really need, it was like the major prereq course. And what made it difficult was all the other courses stacked that also required a lot of work.
Wait, Wilmer, if you're planning on going into a program like we are, make sure you do research. Because the schools make a plan. Like, ours had a plan for, like, basically it's 1 year, then you join a nursing program. It's 3 years, and it's, like, only 4 years. No, most of those programs think you're godly. And you will get past, like, 8 classes, like, high level, and still finish it in a year with good grades.
Yep.
That's not always the case. Like, for us, that wasn't the case. For, like, 80% of people going into the program, that's not the case. They're there 2 years doing those prereqs. Well, they could have, like, done something else with that time, like community college.
Community college, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I regret, and I don't know if you do too.
Yeah, I regret it sometimes because they will sell you something in a silver platter saying, this, all it takes is 1 year and then you can be in the nursing program. Or whatever other programs they have. There's like engineering and stuff, and they'll tell you it's going to be simple, it's just 1 year. No, it's not always that. I'm telling you, they think we're godly, that we can get through that much workload fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
Hell, in high school, the AP classes don't compare. I had like 6 AP classes 1 year, and they still seem so much easier than one class in college.
Well, for me, I can speak on that because I didn't take much APs just because I didn't think they were interesting. Like,
AP European history.
yeah, that I wasn't interested in that at all. So I didn't bother with APs. But if you can still take APs, you really should. It helps a lot for your credits in college. It gives you like a head start.
Yeah. I don't know if almost all universities do it, but when it comes to applying for classes like second semester wise, they choose like students with the higher units. So I had 12 units going in because of my AP classes and like the exams I took. So I could choose classes more earlier than everybody else. So it really helped, like, going in with those units. Also, don't go in with too many units because, like, they don't tell you. They do it by units, not how many years you were there. So let's say you go in with, 30 units or something. That's possible, by the way. There's a lot of AP tests. So 30 units, you can automatically be a sophomore in your first year. Means you're already behind, but, I mean, you can graduate early if that's your goal. That's not our goal because I'm telling you, those nursing prerequisites are killing us. Oof. I just remembered public speaking. I'm sorry. And so going into our freshman year, remember how we had nowhere to go? Remember we had nowhere to go, so we had to go to the library alone?
That's still us.
I mean, no, now we're in a study group, doesn't count.
But we still go into the same area to chill and hang out while we wait for our next class.
Because they allow food in there. It's my favorite.
We're going to eat in silence because you have no other friends.
One thing that, since we stayed local commuting, we could still see like various people that went to our high schools. So it's not much difficult to like be more, because we go home. So we're not really outsiders in the school, but I have various friends that go to like, they stay on dorms and they find it very difficult to like socialize and whatnot, because there's a good thing and a bad thing of going into university with someone you know. Like in our case, like, it's good, we know each other, we have friends, but the bad thing is we don't really branch out from each other. Like I'm saying, we have every class together. But my other friends that went in by themselves, some got to meet friends, and then the first year is when you really know, like first semester is, even the first week, the first week is when you really know if you like the school, because you're living there. You're having to deal with your roommate, the distance between you and your family. That's really when you know. And usually it's really hard to like leave after that. Like leave the school into another school. So mostly all my friends that went to different universities are transferring back or into another university, which isn't horrible because just like everything else, you change your major, you change your school. It depends on where you want to go. What do you want to say?
You already hit them all.
Don't talk about our GPA.
I mean, like for us, like we plan to also transfer, but probably after prereqs and probably try to transfer to a different program if we don't make the one in our school. Because we're kind of the bad thing about staying home is you kind of get tired of staying home, if that makes any sense. Like I still wish I went out, but then I have so many friends who are like, "Oh, I hate that I left. I want to come back."
It's always you want what you don't have. Like we complain about having to like, stay home, having to ask our parents, and like going out. We can't go out past a certain time because they know we're gone. But like if you go to dorm, like your parents don't know where you're at. They
You have
think you're in
complete
a dorm.
freedom.
Like
Yeah, you have your freedom, you have your responsibilities,
yeah,
and you handle yourself.
and you're not technically an adult because like usually you're paying or your parents are paying for you to be there. So it's like you gain that much freedom. Also, if you want, you could always go somewhere farther, like New York, like other places. Because if you stay in California, you're never going to know anywhere beyond California or your area or your hometown. So that's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to leave. Because how do you know anything besides what you're used to? Because I'm only used to this. Like, I'm only used to where I'm at. Like, I haven't been anywhere else. Not even LA. And I'm, like, close to LA. So, yeah, I suggest...
Study abroad.
Study abroad, bros. Like, they offer you, in most cases, it's, like, the same as how much you're paying in tuition. And also, financially covers it. So, for all my homies that have financial aid, use that. What else is there to talk about? I think we really hit
Study habits.
Oh.
If you can try to figure out a way to study that works for you, try to figure that out as soon as possible. Because in high school, I never really had to study. I kind of just...
Genius.
I kind of just learned from class and I kind of just stuck on. But in college, it's like they feed you so much information that it's not all gonna stick. So if you can find a way to study that works for you, make sure you practice it and keep it going, because we don't know how to study and therefore we
Didn't
do that good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We found a study group, we're trying to change our habits, but it's very difficult when like your mindset from high school is like, oh, that's easy, I don't need to study.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like study groups help a lot. Like I feel more engaged in study groups, and it helped us pass our exam.
See, I think it all depends on what kind of person you are, because try it before you mock it. Like, try a study group, and if that doesn't work, go back to studying by yourself. Just remember, you're not the only one. Everyone's on the same boat. If there's an exam, big exam coming, everyone's panicking too, no matter how cool they show it. So remember to just
be you. Sorry.
But you in a better way.
Oh, that reminds me of my speech. Because being you is the best version of you.
Oh,
you
God.
That? I don't know if you remember that, but I do.
Oh, God. And what else is there? Like I mentioned, we commute. So we have to take into account, because it's easy for us to skip class or just nap in. But if you're a commuter, be wary of the naps. Like, we had a 9 a.m. class.
Yeah.
I wasn't smart, but we didn't have a choice on that. So just watch out the schedules.
Yeah, try to fix your schedule so you don't tire yourself going back and forth to and from school.
Yeah, make sure. Also, there's this rule that you're supposed to do that we never do. When it's like an hour, every hour you have in class, you're supposed
Oh.
to study for 3 hours outside of class. Yeah, we don't do that because we're not very smart. And I don't know. I feel like we do a lot better if we actually did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for smarter people out there, you guys should try that.
Yeah.
And tell us how that goes.
Let's just say this is going off a little rough, but it's okay. We'll get there.
Yeah. And we'll keep you guys updated. How we succeeded in college or like dropped
Hopefully.
out. It all depends. Okay. Thank you for watching our video. That's very sporadic.
Sporadic.
I have no vocab.
Thank you for watching.
Subscribe, and like I said, this week we're gonna be posting a lot, so you'll see a lot of us. Bye.
Bye-bye. Ooh, woos.